those examples put together, I feel like that's why they feel like abroad ladies.
But then what makes you a man if you're not able to like own up and provide? Because I feel like, Nigerian girls, definitely we have our own, ups and downs. But outside people feeling like we are entitled or Nigerian women are lazy, I still feel like if given that same opportunity and if we're in the same environment as those foreign women, we can actually match up to the standard.
Definitely.
Because come to think of it, looking at the economy, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I know some hardworking girls who are willing to like go the extra mile, stay up late, and fend for themselves. And at the end of the day, they are working so hard, but they're not seeing enough from what they are doing. So for example, like I don't even think it's about the women right now. I think it's about the economy generally. Hello everyone, welcome to the True Tribe, where we talk about the ups and downs in entertainment, lifestyle, and business. Now with me, we have a special guest on this podcast, and her name is Victoria, and she's a social media manager. Thank you for coming to my show.
I really appreciate it.
You're looking good today.
Thank you, and you too.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about relationships. Yeah, I know it's a popular topic that people usually talk about. So the first question I wanted to throw out is, based on recent developments, women have been complaining about this particular behavior from Nigerian men. So they feel like Nigerian men treat foreign women better than Nigerian women. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I think to some extent, with the recent scenarios, with the recent thing that is actually happening, I think it's true. And I personally think that it's because we Nigerian ladies, we kind of have this mentality that now we are actually entitled. That's how.
Is that what you think?
No, that's how people perceive us to be now. But in the real sense, it's really not that we're entitled. It's just that, okay, this is how Nigerian men think towards we the ladies. And so in a way of trying to make it look like harder for them, they tend to term us as being entitled. While over there, I feel like the ladies kind of like, I would say, they have this perception based on stories I've heard, what I've read. They feel like the ladies are actually like contributing 50-50, or it's either that 50-50 thing, or you feel like because there was a time somebody called me. I was like, I'll be going to China, and then when he went there, he was like video calling the whole place and showing me. I was like, what the
okay,
do you have to travel out and you have to like show me the whole environment? I don't understand. And he was like, sorry to question, he was like, okay, he went to saw this particular lady, and the lady was like, she got her food, she paid for her own food on a date.
Wow.
She got her food, he invited the lady, she paid for her food, he paid for his own food. So all those examples put together, I feel like that's why they feel like abroad ladies.
But then what makes you a man if you're not able to like own up and provide? Because I feel like Nigerian girls, definitely we have our own ups and downs. But outside people feeling like we are entitled or Nigerian women are lazy, I still feel like if given that same opportunity and if we're in the same environment as those foreign women, we can actually match up to the standard.
Definitely.
Because come to think of it, looking at the economy, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I know some hardworking girls who are willing to like go the extra mile, stay up late, and fend for themselves. And at the end of the day, they are working so hard, but they're not seeing enough from what they are doing. So for example, like I don't even think it's about the women right now. I think it's about the economy generally. And another reason why I feel like they treat foreign women better is because they have laws that support women, bro. You can't misbehave when it comes to those women, because they're going to call the cops, the police on you, and they're not going to believe anything you have to say.
You're right.
Do you understand? So I feel like somehow they are kind of like simps to all these foreign or white women. No, I'm not trying to throw any shade, but I still believe in like African women at the end of the day. So I feel like we have talented women who are really skilled. I know a nail tech abroad, she has actually built a house just from doing nails, lashes, all these extensions, even braiding of hair. She charges people like almost $800 to braid hair, and that's like how much in Nigerian currency. So I just feel like if they give our girls, our women, that kind of opportunity to like go out there and really work hard for their money, I feel they won't feel this entitlement thing that people are usually talking about. But I feel like we're not lazy, we're actually very hardworking.
We are actually,
you know.
We are.
So like I think that narrative has to change at the end of the day, you know. And then another thing is probably because of culture, the way some girls were brought up to always, you know, be dependent, that kind of a thing. But over there, I think from the age of 18, they're already telling you to move out.
That's true.
Do you get, like, I know someone who is paying rent in his mother's house abroad. Like, they are that strict. They want you to leave the house. So they still, the guy or the lady still contributes, still pays light, water, and rent just to stay in that house. So I feel like they have a system somehow that works for them, that even if you're working so hard, you can actually see something at the end of the day. No matter how little it is, you can actually see stuff from it. So that's by the way. Secondly, do you believe in 50-50?
Okay. Actually, that question kind of like sounds really funny to me.
Really?
I won't say I believe in 50-50. I don't believe in 50-50. But I personally, let me use myself as an example. I like a man that has this mentality of he's meant to be a provider. But it doesn't mean that if a scenario plays out and I need to step up, I won't step up. But don't come in as a man with the picture
what do you bring to the table?
Exactly, because women actually bring a lot to the table, whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
they do.
Exactly.
It's just let there be a situation, because I could be married to a man now. Maybe the man has a whole lot. He's been taking care of the family, taking care of myself, like everybody. Then maybe there is one contract that didn't really go out well. And he had actually established me to a particular level. So let's say the contract didn't go out well. That is an unexpected circumstance that just played out. I don't need somebody to come tell me that, okay, you have to do this. Things are already happening. I have my eyes. So I'm going to actually, like, if I need to pay the kids' school fee, pay rent, as long as I have the money, I'm going to do that. But that's 50-50, the whole values attached to it. I don't really fancy that.
Yeah, you have a point actually when it comes to, you know, men having that mindset of being the providers. But I'll always advise women to please move into a marriage with your own business, with your own establishment. Whether it's the man who helps or you're actually the one doing things for yourself. Let's say you're a tailor or a salesman, whatever you decide to do. I believe that you should enter a marriage with something. And then I also feel like somehow it should be 80-20 or 70-30 because it builds your value as a woman. That at the end of the day, you can still bring something to the table, no matter how little it is.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Do you know that even if you say 80-20, there are some men that feel, what's the word here? They feel like if their woman is actually doing something and it's actually turned out to be better than them, they feel threatened.
No, but that's the man's problem. Like that's what you do when you're dating. The idea of dating is not just to have fun. You're using that period to like get to know this man and understand this man and know if you can work with it. Some men don't like women that are ambitious. That's good for them. They should go and find those women who are not ambitious. But some men like when their woman is doing something. But even if he's not liking it so that he will not provide, it's just so that you can be able to like make some decisions for yourself. So that's why I said I still believe somehow the woman should bring, even if it's like 20 or 30%. By doing that, she's building value. And the man tomorrow cannot get up and say he's leaving. Because number one, he's saying that, oh, she's actually doing this in the family, this and that. I don't have to, any crayfish, pepper, milk, anything I finish. She will call me, hello baby, there's no milk in the house. No. So he knows that somehow the woman has his back and she's not entirely a liability. I think that's also something that probably these foreign women are also doing, that is kind of like helping them out. But at the end of the day, I feel like it also builds your respect. I'm not saying a woman should have money so she can disrespect her husband.
Yeah.
No, it's just for that security and that mindset that you can still be able to do things without, the man being actually involved in whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So, and then it makes submitting now easy, because some women submit to their men because he's the one bringing everything to the table. But when you as a woman have the money, and you're submitting, now that's the real submission right there. That's what I feel though. So by doing that, I feel like it will be harder for the man to just like let you go, or any little thing, divorce, blah blah blah. There's some men that they don't play with their wives.
Well, sure.
Like they don't, if they want to make decisions, they have to talk to their wives. Hey babe, see, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do. How do we go about it? But when they know the woman is not intellectually good up here, she's not working on herself, she's not developing herself, then that is a big problem. Because at the end of the day, sometimes like partners do outgrow each other. For example, your husband is traveling, he's meeting new people, he's doing this, and you're just there. Like one day he might even get tired of. But if he sees you're matching that energy, that as he's reading, you're reading, as he's doing this, you're also doing that, trying to, then he can bring you up to the table and be like, hey babe, this is what I want to do. These are the financial decisions I'm trying to make. How do we go about it? So it's more than just a 50-50. I feel like every marriage is more like a partnership. It should be more like a partnership. By doing that, you guys are like indispensable. You cannot let go of each other because of things that you guys have actually worked on.
Okay, I have something to say.
Okay.
I have this friend of mine that was actually working before she met her supposed fiancé, because they're not actually married, but they have a child now.
Okay.
So she was actually working, and this guy knew her to be a working class lady. So eventually, in the course of their courtship, dating process, they had a child, and that was a male child.
Okay.
And he was like, okay, I'm going to come and pay for something on your head to your family, but I want you to move into my house. She eventually moved into the man's house after the whole traditional rites. And I feel like sometimes ladies don't really serve as an eye opener to the man in the course of their relationship, because this man told her, move in, resign from your job, I'm going to be paying you so amount every month. He was literally taking care of everything he was going to give her. Now this man was giving her this money he had promised her every month. He did that for the first 6 months. In the 7th month, the girl started seeing reasons, because this man will go out, come back late. That's literally, there's another woman in the picture. Wow. And she was now starting to complain, and somehow she just put to bed. So all these post-depression, they call it postpartum, whatever.
Okay, yes.
She was going through that phase. She was going through that phase, and the whole thing, she started nagging. Now this man started withdrawing all those funds he was always giving her. Wow. Making her to be totally dependent on him.
That's wrong.
So now in such a situation, what will you really say? Because she was actually doing well for herself.
Yeah, like the problem, actually, definitely the man messed up.
Yeah.
But she shouldn't have quit her job.
Yeah.
That's number one. Like, that's a no-go area. Do you understand? And then secondly, I feel the man must have shown her signs from the beginning, but she wasn't paying attention.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So these are like the things that you have to check during your courting or dating phase. Yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, basically. Then thirdly, some things that have been, coming up, people have been talking about it, women have been complaining about it.
Yeah.
Because they feel like men these days behave like princesses. They want to be chased. Men don't want to stress themselves anymore. You get? So that thing of, we are hunters, this, that. I feel like somehow it's dying slowly. Yeah. They feel like, they are now the prize. Okay, if you reject them and say no, they've moved on. That's it. But like then they call, they do this, they do that. So like, what do you have to say about that? Why do you think this is happening?
I really don't know why exactly. I don't know if it's a mental thing, if it's a psychological thing, or if it's the whole social, like the whole cultural thing at the moment, social media influence. I really don't know. But I think I've actually had such experience because there was this time I was talking to this particular guy, and he was telling me things like, he has always been dating politicians' daughter, senators' daughter, blah blah blah.
Okay.
But trying to look at this guy, I know that even if you want to date a senator's daughter, there is something that must have attracted her to you.
Exactly.
Are you really that a sweet talker or whatever? I really don't know. But and then he came to me. He was like, okay, if he assumed I was this type of a person, and he was like, okay, so if I want to get him a gift, I should be thinking about changing his Benz tire. It's like, okay. So if I'm going to be doing this in my head, if you want to do this, you have to be worth it.
Okay, yeah, true.
You have to be worth it, but you having that expectations, just in maybe talking stage, I will call it. It was something
I think
else.
it goes both ways though. Like if he's expecting something from you, then you should be able to like also give you stuff.
That's the mentality. That's what I was having in mind. But I then with the whole thing, reading it on social media, actually I feel like guys these days actually feel like they are the prize. But in the real sense, I think both of them are the prize. But the lady is more of the prize than the man.
Okay.
For me, the lady is more of the prize than the man. Both of them are actually the prize, in the sense that as a man, you have to reproduce.
Yeah.
And you can't reproduce on your own.
Okay.
You still need a woman to reproduce.
Yeah, we good genes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if you say you want to be providing, you want to go out and work, you still need somebody to take care of the kids.
Exactly.
You still need somebody to be helping the kids to do their assignments.
Yeah.
More of 90% of a child's intelligence more from the woman.
Yeah.
Except it's in the gene where the man is actually more of a dominant gene.
Yeah.
And in the gene, the man was more very, very intelligent.
Yeah.
That's where it happens to be more from the man. So the woman still plays a role in the family.
Well, some men will feel like they don't have to, they can hire a chef to cook for them. They can hire someone to clean the house. They can, if it's about they can have a baby mama give them a child.
Yeah.
And the child still needs to go to school to learn. Do you understand? So they feel like they have it all. So what are you bringing?
Exactly. In that kind of a scenario, check those kids when they grow up, when they're in their like 21, 22. On their own, if they are self-aware, when they're in an environment with others, that's when they notice the difference. Because I have this friend that she grew up in a home where people do things for them.
Yeah.
The mother she's a 9-to-5 worker. She just goes to work, come back. So literally, they see the parents, but the parents are not really there.
Yeah.
They have people doing stuff for them. So in that kind of a situation, when she came out from her family home, that's when she started noticing that, the way I am brought up is different, because she literally does not have this love among she and her siblings.
Yeah.
Because I grew up from a home that if we want to eat, we could eat in one plate. But they didn't have that. So a lot of love, like all this fundamental, what people call like I would say African culture, wasn't really there.
Exactly.
So everything has got its advantage and has still got its disadvantage. But at the same time, I feel like a woman is a woman.
Yeah.
A woman knows what she brings to the table. A woman knows her role.
Yeah.
Once that environment is there where the kids are, the woman knows exactly how to take care of the kids.
Exactly.
So you bringing a different person entirely, you can't compare to the psychological build-up it's going to bring to the child, the mental build-up, emotionally, physically, and otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point. Well, we're gonna call it a day and wrap it up.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching our podcast. And I go by the name God's Gift Chiduku, and with me is Victoria.
Yeah.
Please don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, in TikTok, and other platforms. Thank you at the True Tribe.
Thank you. Bye.